What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. This is gonna be a pretty short show. I want to talk about why the narcissists avoid peacemaking. There's three reasons why narcissists avoid peacemaking of all things, especially to say that they portray themselves as being peaceful in everything that represents love and togetherness. So the first reason why narcissists avoid peacemaking is because in their mind it exposes their true intentions and their true identity. Because when a person suggests peacemaking, let's say when there are situations to where a narcissist needs mediation to clear things up, to make sense of. So the person in the middle who's trying to mediate and smooth things over, get a clearer explanation of what's going on. The narcissist, they kind of envy that person because they're taking control of their situation that they created. So they don't like to be in a position of peacemaking because they look at it as somebody's trying to take over something that they created, of course. And if they lose the power over the false narrative, then what else is there to do? They have to start all over again and find ways of doing the thing that they shouldn't have done to begin with, which made the person call them out, which resulted in the mediation for making peace of the situation. But narcissists, they're nobody's friend. They don't want peace. They don't want fairness. And they don't want closure. They just want control. So that's the first reason why narcissists, they avoid peacemaking. Because now they're looking at you like, oh, you think you're better than me? You think that I couldn't have done this without anyone else getting in between? You know, I would much rather handle things on my own. But if it would have been that easy, then no one else wouldn't have felt the need to get in and get involved with the narcissist. A lot of times, that's a good thing for the person who have pretty much gone through a lot with narcissists. It's good to get a listening ear so that they can hear both sides of the story. Even though the narcissist is never going to take accountability, which takes me into the second reason why they avoid peacemaking. Because no matter what happens in the mediation, they will presume innocence no matter what the outcome is, no matter how they made a person feel. It's your fault that you feel that way because you take things the wrong way. You would just be going around in circles to get the narcissist to admit when they're wrong. So you're really wasting your time expecting change of a narcissist because it's not going to happen. They're going to try to convince you that they're doing pretty much the same thing you're doing when they're not. It's two different goals. The narcissist's main goal is to gain control and to convince people that there's something they're not. And so again, it takes away their identity. It's like you stepping on my toes, you're overstepping your boundaries when you call for peace. And then it it puts a light, it sheds a light on the person who they have done so much to, who they have wronged for so long. It sheds a light on their innocence. So now it automatically makes the narcissist guilty because they don't have, no explanation. They can't answer to the things that they've done. And you may even see the narcissist kind of avoid communication. They act like children. They have tantrums. They get pouty, make faces. They don't answer back when people are talking to them. They get silent. They just act real ignorant and weird to say that you're dealing with an adult. So you're going to expect a little bit more out of them. You're going to expect a better behavior, but that's not what you're going to get with a narcissist. And it's going to take a person being a mediator, being the one in the middle, to have an open mind and not just pretty much kind of like what I want to say. They have to have an open mind on the situation and not just pretend that, well, I can understand because narcissists they look for people to just kind of baby them up and like, well, I understand you're upset right now. So when you feel like talking, we're listening because we want to resolve this. It's like nobody shouldn't have to talk to them, baby. You're a grown man or woman. You should be able to communicate your feelings at least. That way, people will get a better understanding of your mindset and why do you think that way? Why do you feel so entitled? Why do you always have to be in charge and call the shots? You have to understand that life doesn't work that way with other individuals. You can only be in control of yourself, not other people. But the narcissists, they're not trying to hear that. And so that's why they avoid peacemaking. And there's no need to try to paint a clearer picture of them because they want you to kind of put words in their mouth. That buys them more time to think of ways to kind of pay you back because you got us in this situation when we didn't have to involve anybody. And then they know what they're doing. This number three. See, when a narcissist, when they give you the silent treatment and do all those other things they do that just act crazy, they expect you to run behind them. They expect you to take it hard and, really feel the hurt behind losing them. But see, when you don't, that's something that they don't know how to really answer to that. So they may go off and get someone to mediate and be the peacemaker, but they don't really want that. That's just their way of doing like an indirect Hoover. I hope I'm making sense. They'll play all type of games to get control again and to get a reaction out of a person. So they will go get a third party to pretend like, okay, so I was telling them what happened and how you took it. And see, they already painting the picture for the third party to look at it like if you are wrong and you're just taking things the wrong way or you're just too emotional. You need to get out your feelings. When the whole wow, you not tripping at all. You chilling. You like, I had left that alone. Like you're really at peace knowing that, look, I don't have to deal with that anymore. You wipe your hands of it and move on. But they haven't because they can't. So they will try to pull a fast one and trick you into thinking that they are about peace. But if you're about peace, then let peace be just where it's at. Leave it alone and move on. You can't claim that you want peace by trying to control a person into responding to you. If a person doesn't want to respond, then let it go. But we talk about narcissism, they don't think they will. They just want control. And they want to get a response. They feel like that, oh yeah, they're gonna answer me now since I went got somebody else to reach out to them. So they kind of put the battery in that person's back and push them up to do their dirty work because it is dirty work, but the person is not gonna look at it as dirty work. The mediator is gonna look at it as peacemaking. And they don't really even want that person involved. They just want to tell them just enough to make you look like the difficult one. When the whole while, again, you've already moved on and let it go. So, like, why are you tapping me on my shoulder and asking, can we go sit down and talk for a minute? I thought you had let it go when you gave me the silent treatment. I thought you moved on with the new supply. I thought you were so happy without me now based off the subliminals that you've been posting on social media. So why are you looking for a conversation now? There's no need to conversate when you prove that you moved on and you're not thinking about it. And then you're not thinking about them either. But you're just trying to make sense of it. Like, where's the logic in this? It seems like you're kind of in your feelings and you're a bit out of control because now you've involved somebody in something that is pretty much deceased. It's over. You know, I buried it a long time ago. But it just goes to show that the narcissist is not strong as they want people to think they are. Because if they can't have control, then they're nothing. They have zero identity. They have to look like they are in charge. They create these false narratives and they have to keep up with that image. And when things start to fall apart, they fall apart. So now they're trying to pick up the pieces using anything they can. And they're losing their minds in the process because who does all that if they truly moved on? But the real peace for the victims of narcissists is knowing that you finally seen who you were dealing with. You can make sense of or not. But it doesn't matter. You moved on now. You're just focusing on you. Now you know how much you're worth. So much more than what they were willing to give. And everything you went through it for nothing. But you still came out on top because you leave them behind struggling to put on a fake smile and an act to pretend like they're doing fine without you and they're not. But those are the three reasons why narcissists they avoid peacemaking because it exposes their true intentions. It takes the power away from them to be in control of the narrative now that they have to involve other people. And then they also get so desperate to get you back, they will pretend like they're about peace when they're not. They're going to always have a hidden agenda. And it's going to always be the same thing. Same thing, just a different day. So that's all I pretty much wanted to talk about in this video. Y'all leave y'all thoughts down below. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.